Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for a very special Ponant webinar. My name is Anna. I'm an Industry Relations Specialist here at CLIA, and I'm going to just quickly go through some housekeeping before introducing our presenter. The webinar will run about 45 minutes with time for questions at the end. Feel free to type your questions into the questions module of the webinar, and we'll get to them at the conclusion of the presentation. The webinar is being recorded and will be posted on CLIA's YouTube channel, which is CLIA Global. And with that, it's my pleasure to introduce our presenter, EDIE RODRIGUEZ. EDIE is America's Brand Chairman and Special Corporate Advisor for Ponant, the world's leading luxury yacht expedition cruise line. She has over 30 years of experience in executive roles in the cruise and travel industry and previously served as the CEO and president of Crystal Cruises, where she led the brand's transformation during her tenure. EDIE is actively involved in the travel industry, is a supporter of Tourism Cares, and is a strong voice and advocate in the luxury travel space. And with that, take it away, EDIE.
Well, thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be here with all of you CLIA attendees today. Thank you for your time. As well, on the line, I have my colleague, EDIE Perez, who is one of our many director of sales out there in the field to support you. So, EDIE, thank you for joining me today. And both EDIE and I will be taking questions at the end. So let's move to the next slide and get started. And as you know, we want to thank you for the partnership. So you can earn a $200 bonus commission for bookings deposited by December 31st. So if you're not already signed up with us, I hope you'll go to our Ponant website, sign up as a CLIA travel advisor, ideally do the 20-minute online course on the Travel Academy button and earn extra bonus commission when you utilize all this knowledge you're learning today and through that online 20-minute course to earn lots of bonus commission. The holidays are coming and you can all use a little extra cash. Let's move to the next slide, please. And let's talk about Ponant's Quintessential Collection. So I hope you're familiar with our brand, but we'll go to the next slide. And what we do with the Quintessential Collection is really talk about our special packages, particularly for our US audience. So on the left, you see the genesis of Ponant, the world's leader of luxury expeditions. In the center there is our founder. This is a gentleman who was a French merchant seaman who had a vision to start a luxury yacht expedition cruise line. And by the way, in 2001, many of you on this call didn't know about the European river cruising industry. As we fast forward just 18 years later, it's a big part of the sector of cruising, its own sector. And that's exactly what's happening with yacht expedition. So Jean-Emmanuel had this vision. He launched the company, and in 1988, which means we've been doing yacht expedition longer than anybody else, and with the youngest hardware, 31 and a half years, and all of our ships are 9 years or younger. Today we have a fleet of 9, and by May of 21, a fleet of 12. But I think to be successful in the cruise industry, it takes two important ingredients: a passionate founder, which is exactly what our founder is, but a robust, financially backed owner. And we're very proud that about 4 years ago, Group Artemis acquired Ponant. If you're not familiar with who Group Artemis is, they are the parent company and owners of many brands: Ponant, Chateau Latour, Christie's Auction House, Kering, which is the leader of luxury goods with brands like Gucci and Yves Saint Laurent. So said another way, an owner that knows luxury like no other and has the financial backing to support us. So much so that about a week or so ago, we actually acquired Paul Gauguin Cruises. So now we have a sister company in Paul Gauguin, and we're keeping them both separate. So two fabulous brands to deliver more options to your clients. But I'm also often asked that F word, French. We are very proud of our French roots, our French heritage, but we have evolved to an international standard of luxury. And so I often say a happy face emoji. Everybody understands that. whether you're from China, from Russia, from Greece, from Japan, from America. Doesn't matter where in the world you're from, you understand a happy face emoji. And that's what Ponant has evolved to, this international standard of luxury that everybody understands what that means. So this is a brand experience you can sell today with the utmost confidence. If you have English-speaking guests that don't speak French, because in an international standard of luxury, all of our crew at a minimum are bilingual in English and French. Any written collateral, a daily program, a menu comes in English and French amongst many other languages. All of the TV programming, English and French, all of our tours and onboard lectures, English and French. So an American guest who is not bilingual in French will feel very comfortable on this brand experience. But I will also say we're not for everybody. If you have what I endearingly call that vanilla American client who, when they go abroad, they want a Hilton or a Marriott, there's nothing wrong with that. We are more for your client that's looking for that boutique experience. That is what we are delivering, a boutique experience with an eclectic international mix of guests so that the client can immerse in local cultures and different cultures. After all, isn't that what cruising is about? Going around the world to meet different cultures. So when I say we're not for everybody, this is what I mean. However, for the right client who's seeking that, we are the right brand experience. And I'll also say, it's true, size does matter, and in this case, small is better. With a fleet of vessels, 270 guests or less, that size difference makes it more intimate, allows us to create the most creative itineraries, get into ports that others can't, and stay later, longer, overnight, etc., etc. So this is a fantastic brand experience for the right guests that you as a CLIA travel advisor and our partners can sell with the utmost confidence. Let's go to the next slide. And let's talk about the awards we've been winning. So many. There you see just a few. But I think the way you should introduce us is that you need to be cognizant of the fact that today Ponant is a brand with 9 ships, and by May of 21 we will have 12 ships. But today we already go all around the world, literally, if it is a destination that you can get to via ocean or seawater. We even go up the Amazon to Manaus, and we go up the Douro in Portugal, with the exception of the Galapagos. So if you hopefully as a travel advisor know your geography, I don't care if your client tells you they want to go to Myanmar, Spain, Antarctica, soon to be the North Pole, and anywhere in between, the Seychelles, the Maldives, Panama, Costa Rica. If it is a destination you can get to via ocean water, this is how you introduce Ponant into the conversation. You say, well, I can send you to Costa Rica on a lot of ways, but let me tell you about Ponant cruises. And when the client may then say, I've never heard of them, that's your opportunity to use these awards. But the key award I want you to use is Travel and Leisure's World's Best Top 5, 2 years in a row, because that is a consumer-facing brand that your clients will know. So again, these are tools to empower you to sell us. The other thing I really want to talk to you about today is how to move your clients up and over to luxury expedition, to a more intimate experience. And I say the way you do this is to break it down to the lowest common denominator, price per person per day. If you have a client that's doing another mass market or premium brand in a suite, it's very easy to transition them to Ponant price points. First of all, as you know, your clients will be paying a price to pay to get on a cruise and a price to get off. And with Ponant, because we are an all-inclusive brand experience, there's very little they have to pay to get off. When I say all-inclusive, I mean full open bar, unlimited free Wi-Fi, gratuities, all the shore excursions that are done on a Zodiac. So really the only thing they have to pay for is a shore excursion where they're either booking a private car and driver, or they're going on one of our bus tours. And of course, if they're having a massage or their hair done or they shop in the boutique. So if you think about us as an all-inclusive brand experience and you break it down, price per person per day and what's included, it's an easy way to sell even your mass market clients over to selling a luxury yacht expedition experience on Ponant. Let's go to the next slide, please. And again, just reiterating, we already go all 7 seas, all 7 continents, Antarctica, soon to be even latitude, longitude, the North Pole coming in May of 21, with the exception of the Galapagos. So sell others on the Galapagos, sell us on everywhere else your clients want to go. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's talk about where we fit in. So on the left, you see traditional expeditions. They're smaller vessels, 20 to 180 guests, and they're typically older vessels. Clients in the cruise world want new. On the right, the main difference would be it's the luxury small ship experience, but you're talking 400 to 700 guests. And that is where and why Ponant is the sweet spot right there in the middle. These ships are purpose-built for luxury yacht expedition. We have the youngest fleet, 9 years or less. We've been doing it longer than anybody else, 31.5 years. And we are luxury in a yacht expedition experience. So try us. I'm sure you and your clients will like us. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's talk about traditional yachting versus expedition. So our fleet of 9 today consists mainly of expedition, but the yachting vessel you see there on the right, you've heard it here first. Let me tell you what is happening with that vessel. First of all of our ships are ADA compliant with the exception of the yacht vessel on the right. Le Ponant was the genesis of our brand. It's what started it all for us. We love that ship and we're keeping that ship in our fleet. But what will happen is she will go in for dry dock next month in October. She will come out in May, thanks to a partnership with Gucci and Yves Saint Laurent, to be launched during the Cannes Film Festival. Our parent company does a lot of things during the Cannes Film Festival. But when she comes out of dry dock, she will be converted to just 16 suites. So today she hosts 64 guests. In May, it will be half that size for just 32 guests in 16 suites with a crew of 34 crew. So talk about better than 1-to-1 crew to guest ratio. But I will say in May, she will be just for charter primarily. So when you're booking a group of 32 people, think of Le Ponant's yacht charter as an option for your clients. You'll make lots of money and they will have a really intimate luxury experience. We'll go to the next slide, please. And let's look at where luxury meets experiential. That is what Ponant is all about. We'll go to the next slide. And we have unique selling points, 30+ years of experience, and environmental policy certified clean like no other. I was in New York this week for some functions with climate change and the United Nations initiative. We lead the pack when it comes to this. We're very proud of our record and we will continue to be as eco-friendly, clean and green as possible. The newest expedition fleet, 9 years or younger, over 400 departures a year, already on all 7 continents with more dates and more itineraries. We consider ourselves approachable luxury with exciting expeditions with fabulous itineraries. So don't be afraid to introduce us to your client. And when you do, and they see the itineraries and that they're not going to pay a price to get off, and you've broken it down to the lowest common denominator, price per person per day, they will want to come with us. And we are absolutely focused on the future, and we have incredible value for your clients that you will entrust to become our Ponant guests around the world. Let's go to the next slide. And let's talk about the inclusions, as I talked about earlier, all meals, gratuities, all taxes. By the way, no NCFs, you're earning commission on the total CLIA travel advisors, full open bar, 24-hour room service, butler service in the suites, all of the shore landings via Zodiac as excursions that are included on our expeditions, unlimited Wi-Fi, and again, no NCFs. So said another way, you as a CLIA travel advisor are earning commission on all of these benefits your clients enjoy and pay for in the price point. We'll go to the next slide. And as I said, 12 ships on 7 continents by May of 21. But we're already at 9 ships. We're taking delivery of 2 more in 20, and the world's first luxury exploration yacht that will go to the North Pole and be a hybrid with liquid natural gas, eco-friendly again, beyond all government regulation standards. So May of 21, 12 ships that can even take your clients to latitude, longitude, North Pole. For anybody's bucket list, wander list, there you go. Let's go to the next slide, please. They can't go to the North Pole in luxury today. That is for sure. Here you see the breakdown of our fleet. Again, Le Ponant, today, 62 guests. Tomorrow, 32 guests, starting in May of 2020, charter only. Up in the right, Le Boreal class. 4 of those beauties, 240 guests each, 9 years or younger. In the lower left, our newest class, the Explorer class. 6 of these beauties, 4 already delivered, 2 more coming. A lot of world's firsts. An infinity pool, not a world's first, but goes out to a 3-tiered marina, so it's easy to get on and off the vessel if one person's going kayaking, another's going off in a deep sea fishing boat, and another is going off in a Zodiac. And what you don't see is that that vessel at night is lit from the bottom up. So all 6 of those have the Blue Eye Lounge, a beautiful underwater lounge that is the whole width of the vessel from starboard to port side. This will have windows on each side that lit from the bottom up. The clients and the guests can see the parts of the world we are taking them to and the undersea life day or night. And the lounge itself is then designed around biomimetics, so they can actually hear concurrently to seeing outside up to 5 kilometers away. The seats actually vibrate. It's an incredible immersive experience. Better, trust me when I say, better than a submarine, and nobody has to get wet while they're enjoying their favorite libation. And then on the right, you see what will be coming May of 21, the 270 guests, world's first luxury exploration yacht vessel going to the North Pole, amongst many other places around the world. We go to the next slide. And here you just see a visual of the interior, understated, elegant, yacht-like design, elegant, spacious staterooms, 95% balcony, but on the Explorer class, 100% balcony, outside staterooms and suites with balconies. Butler service in the suites. Our partners, we've got a lot of great partners, and who better than the creme de la creme of cuisine than Alain Ducasse himself with the Ducasse Council, who is our culinary advisor. I don't know anybody who has more Michelin stars than he and his team. 24-hour room service, gym with state-of-the-art equipment, and that gym is open 24/7, so no excuses for working out. A spa by Sotheby's, the beautiful French brand with hammams, expert naturalists on board to really teach the clients about the places of the world we're taking them to, and many other luxury partnerships. We'll go to the next slide. And some of those luxury partnerships include Hermes toiletry and bathrobes in the suites, Veuve Clicquot, La Durée for fabulous French macarons, Ducasse Council, as I talked about, Paul's, and Sotheby's, which is that beautiful French spa experience. We'll go to the next slide. And here you just see some more beautiful screen captures of the understated elegance of our design, the yacht-like feel. Upper left, the purser or the guest relations desk. Upper right, a pool on Boreal class. Lower right, beautiful design in our lounges and observation lounges. And on the left, every vessel comes equipped with a beautiful theater that is a multi-purpose room. In the daytime, you can watch a movie, hear a lecture, and other things. In the evening, you can certainly see a beautiful cabaret, Broadway cabaret style show. As we go to the next slide, all of our theaters fit the whole complement of the guests on board. Upper left are one of our treatment rooms. You can get a massage, hair, nails, etc. Lower left is one of our dining rooms. Upper right, one of our dining rooms. By the way, we are open seating dining. Your clients can dine when they want, with whom they want. And lower right, just a screen capture of one of the gyms. Again, open 24/7 on all of our vessels. Go to the next slide, please. And all of our Explorer class ships are already open for sale through 2021. Go to the next slide. As you see in what they look like, there's a reason I call our vessels the sexiest ships at sea. The floating Maserati, Lamborghini, and Ferraris. They are small, sleek, sexy, and your clients will love them. Here you see a screen capture of our Explorer class. By the way, all of our vessels are named after famous French explorers for modern day exploration. They are equipped with just 92 outside staterooms and suites for no more than 184 guests with, again, 100% balconies. What you don't see there, obviously, is the Blue Eye Lounge, nor the three-tiered marina. But our infinity pools are always heated to 82 Fahrenheit. So even in Iceland and Antarctica, up in the northern areas, Norway, I've been on Norway and Iceland, that 82 Fahrenheit current and a reverse current in the pool allows the guests to exercise regardless of the weather outside. Let's go to the next slide, please. And just here's a screen capture, that beautiful yacht-like decor, one of our Grand Deluxe suites. As we go to the next slide, what our owner suites look like. And again, it's an easy sell with the Explorer class because all 6 are exactly alike except for different color palettes. What you do see there in the owner suite is a wraparound balcony with a little jacuzzi out there. We'll go to the next slide. Another screen capture of another accommodation. Beautiful, sleek, sexy, very yacht-like, modern. Go to the next slide. Clean lines. By the way, I personally feel our designs will stand the test of time. Every couple of years as we refurb, refresh, beautiful design and style that will not go out of fashion, nor will our boutiques on board. Here you see one of our beautiful boutiques. It's a nice way to spend your money. You can go in those boutiques and buy some beautiful things. Go to the next slide. Our excursion desk, again, sleek, sexy, modern design. Go to the next slide, please. Our theaters, again, will fit the whole complement of the guests on board. Lectures, seminars, movies in the day, cabaret shows in the evening. If you book a big group, they can obviously book this out as well for their sessions. Go to the next slide, please. And there you see our beautiful infinity pool. Always heated, 82 Fahrenheit, reverse current for exercising. Go to the next slide, please. Our multi-level marina. So beyond that infinity pool, you have the marina. Here you see our beautiful luxury, the world's first luxury exploration yacht that will go to the North Pole, coming in May of 21. We go to the next slide, please. Le Commandant Charcot, again, a very famous French explorer. Here you'll see some screen captures of what this magnificent vessel will look like. Go to the next slide, please. Just some more beautiful screen captures. The next slide will show you the beautiful lagoon we'll have, a heated lagoon that you can sit in out there in hot tub fashion at the North Pole. Talk about wanderlist or bucket list items. Let's go to the next slide, please. And you can choose your Ponant for your next group. We have incredible voyages in 3 categories for groups. And here you see the commissionable fares, the FOC tour escort stateroom. It's not for one person, it's actually for 2 in the stateroom with flexible payment and terms. If you want to know more about this, please reach out to your local business development director. We'll go to the next slide. And Yannetti, do you want to talk a little bit more about this slide and give them a highlight in detail about what this is about? So as they think about us for groups and selling Ponant, how they can do it best, Yannetti?
Sure. Thank you. Thank you. On Ponant, we have 3 different tiers of groups. We have the Serenity program, we have the Standard program, and the Performance program. What we usually offer is 1 free of charge cabin for 5 cabins sold. This will be for sailings in 2021 and select sailings depending on the availability of the ship, of course. Then if that Serenity program, it's not available, we go on to the Standard program, which will be 1 free of charge cabin for 8 cabins sold. The Performance group is used for expedition sailings, such as the Antarctica, Polar Expedition, and some tropical expedition. My best advice to you is when you look at itinerary for groups, it will be end of 2020 or even 21, and you look at the website and it says 30% discount or 20% discount or 25% discount, that's when we have the Serenity program. Or if not, we can offer you the Standard program. But it's very easy to do groups with us, and I will be more than glad to work with you on anything like that. We do offer a 5% non-refundable deposit, and that will be the cabins held are allocated at signature. So as soon as you sign the contract, you would have that cabin available. The cabin number, it's not guaranteeing a category. We actually give you the category and the cabin number, so you will be having that inventory from the beginning of the group, and that is very important. With that in mind, the optional extras that are available, not necessarily extra because they're all included, it will be the unlimited Wi-Fi is included now. So you have gratuities, taxes, and fees. You have 24-hour room service. You have open bar. The specialty dining, we have 2 restaurants on board. One is a grilled and one is the more formal restaurants. Both of them are included. So it is an all-inclusive experience. When you also book the expedition, all the shore excursions are included via Zodiac landings. When it's a yachting experience, then shore excursions are a la carte, but that will be the only additional expense you would have available. As we move to the next slide, we'll talk about a little bit more of the Quintessential Collection, and I give this back to Edie, who will be providing you information regarding our phenomenal program.
Well, thank you, Yannetti, and a great job in explaining to our CLIA travel advisors all about their group opportunities. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the Quintessential Collection. This was really created around the idea of themed cruises and really geared particularly for the U.S. market, if you will. So they are related to a destination and built around a theme, and they truly are perfect for groups. They include speakers and artists that are germane to the topic, and many special curated wow moments, as well as interaction with the speakers and pre and post packages. We typically offer about 10 a year on all of our vessels, and we'll go to the next slide to get into a little bit more detail on how this works. So here you see next year's 2020 Quintessential Themed Cruises. In the upper left, that first one, the exploration in nature in Costa Rica and the Panama Canal, is actually my chairwoman's sailing. Every year I do this with Ponant, and I host one, and I'm hosting that one, and we'll get into a little bit more detail. And then you see Epicurean Delights in southern Italy and Sicily for a year from October. Japan, nobody does Japan like we do. We go all around the islands, again, because size matters and our ships are small. Lower left, World Affair Cruises. In the middle, on the bottom there, celebrating Beethoven's 250th birthday. And on the right, another musical celebration themed itinerary. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let me talk about this particular itinerary. This itinerary is my chairwoman sailing, and I look forward to hosting it for 10 days. January 6th to the 16th. Our special speaker is going to be Paul Donahue. He is an ecologist, and I would say if you want to build group business, how can you do it? I would go to your local horticulture societies or you know, botany societies or local places and put together a group on this. And you can come and host them yourself if you will, because on a lot of our sailings, only 5 staterooms equals a group stateroom, meaning you and the person you bring with you complimentary. But these are just some of the highlights, and we will be transiting the new Panama Canal. So if you have any clients interested in hiking, snorkeling, bird watching, botanicals, this would be the sailing for them. Ask and you shall receive, and you'll get lots of bookings. We'll go to the next slide, please. And the Japanese culture. Now, I'm a big fan of Japan. I've been there many, many times. And I have to tell you, if you really want to see Japan, this is the way to see Japan. And the speakers include a professor and an author, a very famous horticulturist, as well as a landscape architecture to walk you through all of that beauty you will be seeing in Japanese islands. So there's also a pre-cruise option in Kyoto. Kyoto is gorgeous. Kyoto is not affected by the war, so they have a lot of the original temples, and it is just gorgeous. And this will be departing May 28th through 30th if they choose the pre-cruise option. So anybody, any clients interested in Japan, offer us in the mix, sell up. We'll go to the next slide, please. World Affairs. This is from Stockholm to Denmark next August on Le Diamant de Urville for 184 guests. We will have Admiral James Stavridis. I can never pronounce his name right. I apologize. He's a former Supreme Commander of NATO, and he is currently a security analyst with NBC. Bill Burns, the former ambassador to Moscow and the president of the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace, and Robin Wright, who is a very famous writer and scholar. Highlights will include lectures and discussions, again, a pre-cruise option. Let's go to the next slide, please. And this is for music lovers. Anybody into classical music, this would be the sailing for them. From Sweden to Honfleur in France, guest artists and some of the highlights are listed there. So again, any of your clients interested in classical music, a beautiful way to experience it in beautiful parts of the world. We'll go to the next slide. And Epicurean Delights of Southern Italy. This is a food and wine sailing from Civitavecchia, which is the port for Rome, to Valletta, Malta. And this is 8 days next October. Just a beautiful, beautiful way to see Sicily and Italy, and lots of food and wine. I've been to every place on this itinerary, and I can tell you, while it will be a very fattening experience, it will be fabulous, including an exclusive private dinner at the Michelin-starred Palazzo Petrucci in Naples. Molto bueno. Next slide, please. I'm gaining weight just thinking about this sailing. And then we can do Celebrate American Composers with the Boston Pops, another music-themed cruise departing a year from October. And this is for anybody who wants to stay close to home. Montreal to Boston, beautiful fall foliage, and lots of highlights on this for any lover of the Boston Pops and their 6 musicians, including 1 vocalist that will be joining us. You go to the next slide, please. And back to what I started with, the Ponant Academy. If you're not already a member, go to our website and join. You'll need a password. We'll provide that. And once you sign on, we encourage you to do the 20-minute online course. Once you do that, these are all the benefits you'll get. Once you take the course and you sell your first Ponant booking, you're going to get a $200 gift card. Again, holidays are coming. Why not do your holiday shopping on Ponant? Give us enough bookings, and that will be the quid pro quo. So great opportunity to learn more about us and to earn more commission. We'll go to the next slide, please. And we'll talk about your support team. So we have the lovely Yannetti in the upper right-hand corner who is joining me. Yannetti covers the Southeast. We have her counterpart in the Northwest, Ellen McElvain, right there in the center. Let's move to the bottom and talk about Scott Sloan, who is our development director out in the Southwest, Dale Woods, who is in the Northeast. And our newest member of our team is Preston in the Midwest. He's based in Dallas, but it will call on all of the central part of the country. And of course, the lovely Catherine, who is our director of our call center in New York. And then in the upper left, Teresa Gata, our VP of sales. So all of these folks are out there locally in the field to support you geographically as a CLIA travel advisor partner to Ponant. You are remiss if you don't reach out to them. They are ready, willing, and able to help you, teach you further, and let you be empowered to sell more Ponant experiences around the world. We'll go to the next slide, please. And I want to say thank you. And there you see the toll-free reservation number. That is in New York, open 9 to 7, Monday through Friday, Eastern Standard Time, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. for the West Coast folks. And as we go now to Q&A, I'd like you to move back to the slide of our team in the field so that all of the viewers can take better notes to find their local person, and certainly for Catherine and Teresa. And now we'd really like to turn it back to you, Clea, so that we can entertain any questions. So Clea, take it away, and I welcome any questions, please. Yannetti and I will both be answering them today. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you. We do have some questions coming in, and I invite everyone to keep them coming. Our first one is from Randy, who is wondering if Ponant offers travel agent rates so that they can experience the product and make it easier to sell to the client.
We absolutely positively do. I'm delighted to tell you, typically they are 65% off retail pricing, but there are a lot of other specials. And again, case in point, why you should register as a Ponant advisor, why you should be on our website through that link so that you can have access to all of the e-collateral materials. You'll have access, by the way, to our single rates. We have at different times anywhere from 40 to 60 voyages with single rates. Many of those have no single supplement. So a way to generate business, do an email blast to your single clients in your database. But the answer is yes. We welcome travel advisors. We want you to sail with us. The easiest way to sail complimentary is put a group together, bring a guest, and you and your guests sharing the stateroom get the stateroom comped. Yannetti, anything you'd like to add to that comment about how travel advisors can sail with us?
Yes, actually, it's very easy. Every week we come out with a list of the dates that are available, the sailings are available. And by calling the 888, the reservations number, 888-400-1082, they can give you the list of available sailings. It is a 65% off, and you're able to take a guest with you, and everything is included. So it's a great way to familiarize yourself with Ponant.
Thank you, Yannetti.
Okay.
Next question.
Perfect. This next question is from Melissa, who is wondering if you could repeat the Dallas representative's name again, please.
Sure.
Yes.
Preston, go ahead, Yannetti, please.
Okay. Preston is Caddell, C-A-D-D-E-L, and his phone number is 956-266-3214, and his email address is P as in Peter, Caddell, C as in Charlie, A-D-D-E-L-L @ponant.com. So double D, double L.
Okay, perfect. And I'm just typing this out for everyone. And our next question is about ADA, which I know you covered, but if you could just repeat everything that you do to make sure that your yachts are ADA compliant.
Sure, we are fully ADA compliant on every vessel with the exception of the sail ship, which, as I said, is going in for a refit, and we'll see how she comes out in May. But in the interim, the 8 other vessels and the total of 11 of the 12 vessels by May of 21 are fully ADA compliant. So we have handicapped staterooms available. We have, if they have a wheelchair, it's wheelchair accessible as well next to the stairs. If they're on a, a motorized cart, it will take them up and down. The elevators are wide as well to fit. So we are fully ADA compliant, yes.
So basically every stair, just to add on to this, every stair has a lift, an automatic lift. You just have to push a button and it'll lift the cart or the wheelchair onto the next level of the ship. So it's very, very ADA compliant. That's one of the things that I have on my Facebook page. It is an interview with a person who has a little bit of mobility challenges, and she was very interested about getting to know how ADA compliance are. We are fully ADA compliant, and in reference to expeditions and getting in and out of Zodiacs, it's very easy. There's an analogy that if you can get in and out of a bathtub, you can go on a Zodiac. It's very easy, very accessible, and it is different. It is definitely a different experience.
And just one other point, because we didn't mention it thus far, to add to that, children. We do take children 3 years and up for certain sailings, 5 years and up for other sailings. We don't really have quad staterooms. We have triples. So if they require more than that, they'd have to book an adjoining, which we also have, or an upper suite. But with regard to children, if they are younger than 3 years old and you have an issue, just call Catherine and the res office, because we will go to the captain of the sailing they are interested in, and it will be up to the captain, in the spirit of, and our mantra, safety first for the life of the crew, the guests, our vessels. The captain will then be able to decide, if you have a child younger than 3, if he can take them on board depending on the itinerary. So don't shy away from selling us to families. We love kids, we welcome kids. Next question,
and also
please.
There are also, to add on to that, there are about 4 sailings in the Med during the summertime where we offer a kids program. There's also activities outside of the ship, more like Greek mythology and adventures for families. In addition to that, there are sailings that kids under 11 do sail for free on those. So just check your itinerary, and because the majority of them sailings, if the kids are under 11 years old, they will be sailing for free.
Perfect. Yes. That's all very convenient. Our next question is from Alfreda, who is wondering if you have a rep in the Midwest.
Yes, that would be Preston. He's based in Dallas, but he travels throughout the Midwest. So I would strongly suggest you send him an email right now, and he'll come out and see you.
Perfect.
I just placed the information on the chat. So the phone number is 956-266-3214. His name is Preston Cadell, and his email address is there as well. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Our next question is from Chasine, who is wondering if she should contact Ellen if she's in Hawaii.
Yes.
No.
Is it Scott?
I'm sorry. No, it is Scott. Scott is the person in charge of Hawaii.
Okay.
And I'm sure he'll be delighted to come and see you in Hawaii. I'll come with him. Only kidding.
I'm sure you don't have to twist his arm.
I'm sure not.
Our next question is from Mary Lynn, who is wondering if you can move an FIT over to a group.
Yannetti, do you want to take that?
Yes, absolutely. How depends how many cabins and what is the availability of the ship. The person in charge of groups will be our colleague Rita Chenique. But just in case, if you have any questions, first contact your director to make sure what is the availability on the ship and what are the possibilities of opening up a group. But Rita Chenique, it is the person in charge of the groups.
Got it. Perfect. And Dana is wondering if you could tell us a little bit more about your agent certification.
Sure. Well, Yannetti, why don't you take that away? But again, what I will say is, once you sign on and get your code, you'll have access to the Travel Academy, and it is about a 20-minute online course. But Yannetti, please expound.
Yes, of course. There are two systems within Ponant. We do have the PonantAcademy.com, which it is about a 25-minute short training, and it'll give you a certification. It also allows you to get a $200 gift card if you make a booking within three months. In addition to that, you add 2 continuing education units for CLIA. But aside from that, if you belong to a host agency or if you belong to a brick and mortar, it will be best for you to contact your director of business development, because you'll be able to log into PONANT Pro, which is on our regular website, and be able to get a code, an agency code. Every single agency has a code that is attached to the commission percentage, as well as any amenities. One thing that I do want to say that just came to my mind is that we are offering $300 on board credit for AARP members. So every member will receive $300 on board credit on any PONANT sailing. So that's just a perk. And remember, the AARP, it's only about $16 a year to obtain a membership. So it's quite great to become an AARP member.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, our next question is from Roberta, who is wondering if you continue to work with the Smithsonian.
We have lots of partners. We do, and we're very proud of our partnership with Smithsonian, with National Geographic, with TAUC and A&K, with a myriad of alumni. So the really great thing is our brand stands on its record. When you're booking a brand like TAUC and A&K on a small ship, it's typically they've chartered Ponant. And so through a lot of different entities, and in the case of Smithsonian, we do still work together. So we welcome all those great partnerships and are very proud they can choose anybody, but they choose Ponant.
Perfect. And you just answered one more question about A&K, so we'll move on. It looks like this will be our last question from Anya, who is wondering who the director of business is for North Carolina, Fayetteville, and Fort Bragg.
Well, Yannetti, why don't you take that one away?
Yes, that's all mine. I cover the Southeast, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and Florida. So I'm your sales rep for business development director for Ponant.
All right, easy enough. And we do just have a comment from Mary Lynn, who is very excited about Ponant being in Canada, and she will be seeing you in Toronto on Sunday. So very exciting.
For those, really quick, for those of you who are in North Carolina, in the Charlotte area, I will be hosting an event, a luncheon event on October 15th. If anyone is interested in signing up, please contact me at yperez@ponant.com. And thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Edie and Yannetti, for all of the information, and thank you everyone for joining us. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.
Thank you all. We appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you and your clients that you entrust to become our Ponant guests on board soon. Everybody have a great day. Thanks, everybody, and thank you, Yannetti, and thank you, Clea. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you.
Of course. Bye.
Bye.